Number three, so you can start a social media page or even just a social media group, right? Did you know the active number of social media users have just passed, 3.8 the 3.8 billion mark? That number is increasing to more than 9% from last year, right? And that's around 321 million new users from last year, which is, I mean, it's pretty insane, right? Once you've set up this group or page, what you want to do is engage with your target customers and your communities in your particular niche. You want to reach out to them to understand them, you want to have conversations, you want to provide value, right? And what this will do is it will help you actually build that loyal following so that they're going to become advocates for your brand, and you'll actually get more eyes on your business from the right people, and that too organically, meaning you won't have to pay much of a dime for, or actually a dime for getting these people interested in your business. What you could also do on social media just by setting up a page is also communicate with influencers and interact with them. Now, people who have these influencers are people who have a highly engaging following. Well, a lot of them do anyway. There's a lot of influencers out there. So it's up to you to vet who you communicate with, and it's also up to you to understand who you can get naturally involved with in your space, and also see if they're okay with maybe even promoting one of your products. Or what you could do is you could also pass on your product or service to an influencer so that they could either make use of it, maybe even produce some content in using the product or service, and then leave a review. And that would be very good for your following, because you'd be surprised how many people will actually go ahead and buy your product or service after someone else has, simply because it's a trustworthy person and because they also have experienced a similar issue and they need to resolve that. Now, I know that I said that, I'm going to provide you tips that won't require any budget. However, I still do recommend social media ads as well, right? So paid ads. The reason why is because you're able to actually go ahead and target specific people who have certain interests in your business. I.e., if I'm, you might want to target certain people that love, that like, I don't know, a certain socks page that you're selling. If you're selling socks, for example, there's actually various ways you can get super technical with your targeting and how you can hyper target these people based on their likes and dislikes and their actual demographic, which is actually pretty powerful when you try to lay over the ads on. And another reason why actually I'm recommending paid ads is because the organic reach from social media platforms is actually becoming more and more limited. Now, this is actually a common, like almost business case, right, for these social media giants. Facebook, for example, did you know that you can only reach organically maybe less, even just less than 1 to 2%? It's probably less than even 2% now of your own audience. Imagine that. So if I have 500 followers, I'd only reach less than 2%. That's crazy, right? And how could they do that? But it's because they want you to specifically use their paid ads platform so that you can go and target those specific users. So I would definitely suggest layering on some ads when you're producing that content, so that you can push it out to the right people and actually get it out there, right? Get it in front of the mass audiences. Tip number 4, you can vlog, right? Or create video content. You can use tools like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. There are many out there. And you can post videos that are, at a limited time for certain offers or promotions that you've got going on. Maybe you've got a certain piece of content that you want to gate, or you want people to actually sign up for, but it's only for a limited time that you've got the content available for. Also, you can share like the latest updates or offers simply by going live, right? You can give that, add that personality to behind your brand. And give your brand that additional personality by showing a friendly face. People will be able to actually associate a face with the business, and it will actually create that interaction, right? They feel like they'll know you more and they'll be more inclined to doing business with you because they've actually seen you and they've seen what extent you're going to actually provide them with further information. In addition, what you could do is you could also provide them with tutorials, right? Show them exactly how they could use your product or service. For example, you can create a short video with some tips on how to use the product or the service. If you're an e-commerce brand, for example, and you're selling a cool gadget, use it in the video, or get an influencer to use it in the video, and show them exactly how to make this this amazing experience with with that product and how it should be used. You'd be appealing to people in a more emotional sense, because you'll be marketing to that emotional need for building an experience or just being immersed in this product and actually creating some form of memory with the product or service. Lastly, you can even do Q&As with an audience, right? Or with your prospects or customers, maybe do some case studies, and that could be live, or maybe have some sort of mini talk show type thing where you bring on someone like an influencer and you start talking to them about the different pros and cons with the product and what sort of experiences can be actually obtained from purchasing your product or service. That will show people the different experiences they can have, and it will give them ideas. It will trigger those ideas so that they can better use the product, which is better value for you, because you'll know that your customers are actually making better use of the product and service, and they don't have any issues in making full use of that platform. So my final tip, number 5, start a podcast. Now, voice is the future, right? And instead of creating video content, you can opt to go to the voice route, especially if you're kind of shy, camera shy. And you can go ahead and maybe create some experiences by interviewing your customers, again, getting voice form case studies. You can interview friends, families, or anyone else that's made use of the product or service and get their reviews. Maybe they talk about an experience of how it's helped them in encountering, or I guess conquering any issue that they were having, and how your product or service helped. Or simply you could be talking about some broader topic issues around your niche, which is super important, and it's great to build a community. Again, you can just share your expertise in voice forms simply because it's comfortable, it's convenient, and again, it's very powerful content. So guys, it's super easy to actually get started with podcasting, right? There are various free podcasting platforms out there, such as Anchor, Podbean, Buzzsprout. I've used Anchor myself, and it's super cool, right? Because it allows you to actually just record something on your phone, even on the go, and you can just have the Anchor app and upload all the podcasts straight away, right? It distributes it to all the other platforms like Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, you name it. The reason why voice is also super important is because smartphones, as you know, have dominated the world so far, right? They're still dominating the world, and they're going to dominate even further. People want everything in the palm of their hand. So people want to be able to access anything in terms of video content, voice content. You should be able to read, watch movies. You should be able to talk to people and communicate very quickly, access the internet, go and hit the Google search from your phone if you're on the go and you need to quickly search something up or query something because you have an issue. And now there's actually a high demand for voice content because consumers want more time to themselves, meaning they want content to be more convenient. They actually have that demand for insightful content because they want to be on the go, and they want things that are more comfortable to them. They want things in less time, right? And now with the high speed 5G coming along, content is only going to get bigger and better, right? There's only going to be more of it, and there's so much out there for people to consume. So why not make yourselves visible and ensure that people can come and get in contact with your brand or yourself as well, right? And your business. This is actually the ones to watch, right? One of the ones to watch. Voice is actually going to go a long way, even along with video, and we'll be using voice for the most basic things, right? For the most, I guess, those odd things that you do in the morning, such as play music or just check the weather or simple things like that, right? I guess you can say that we've already seen that with all the voice devices that we're bringing into our homes now, with Apple Siri, with Amazon's Alexa, and with Google Assistant. This is going to be an incredible change, and I definitely say if there's free platforms out there and you're okay with getting your voice onto a platform, then I'd highly suggest going voice as well. So just to recap, tip number 1 was start a website and do some SEO. Tip number 2 was start a blog. Tip number 3 was to build a social media page or a social media group. Tip number 4 was to create some video content or start vlogging. And tip number 5 was to start going voice and actually maybe create a podcast or some voice content so that you can share on your website even. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by and listening to the top 5 digital marketing tips I can provide you with to grow your personal brand or your business with little to no budget. Do try out these tips, and if you do have any issues, just feel free to reach out. Catch me on Twitter, you can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, or just, comment or reach out to me if you want me to cover any specific content, or if you want me to answer any specific questions. I'm happy to help you guys there. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day, and I appreciate you guys watching. Take it easy. Bye.